it is only a failure if you stop right then and there and give up on it. It is not a failure if you recognize what went wrong and correct it and move on and take the next step. It is not at all a failure, it is a stepping stone. You learn something and you learn how to do something better.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today at this Skills Rediscovery Insta Live session. As you know, Skills Rediscovery is a platform wherein we bring our trainers and learners together. We believe that if the trainers can come to the class or the learners can come to the class, we make sure that the class goes to them. And for that particular reason, we keep doing these amazing Insta Live sessions. We have these skills-based courses in various languages, and these courses are easily accessible to you around the world. Doesn't matter if you're a student or a professional or a parent or a teacher, you can always learn no matter what your age is. And today we're going to invite one such trainer with us, Miss Rohini BV, who's going to be talking about believe in yourself. Before I invite her, let me tell you something about what I feel about believe in yourself. Well, we all feel that we believe in us, but when actual situation arises, when push comes to shove, we actually end up doubting our decisions, our reasons. There are so many times when we are at crossroads and we feel that if our decision is right or not. And ये बहुत होता है जब we are at in a situation when we don't understand what should be the decision. जब हम 10th class में होते हैं, 11th class में होते हैं, the subject choice is something that makes us question our decisions. But believing is something which is not something that comes overnight. It is a process, it is a development which happens from time to time. And to discuss with us the same thing, we are going to invite Ms. Rohini BV with us, who's going to be enlightening us with her wise experience, with her wise words. So let me invite her.
Hello ma'am, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good too. Looking lovely ma'am. Thank you for joining us.
So much.
So how are you doing today?
Good. I have also been working, as some people said here. I also
Right.
today actually.
Right. So good to have you here. So
Yeah, thank you so much.
yeah, would you like to quickly wave to our viewers who has joined us today? Tell us.
Whoever has joined, thank you so much for joining this live. I hope I'll be able to add some value to your life from today's session. You'll be able to take a lot of things away, and you'll be able to practice these things on a day-to-day basis, so that you will get a lot of value add from this session today.
I'm sure there is no doubt about that. So guys, before I start with the interaction round, let me quickly tell you about our trainer here, Miss Rohini BV ma'am. So she is a certified life skills coach. She is an image consultant. She is someone who has been in the corporate world for more than a decade now. She has trained so many people. She has been helping students. She is an NLP practitioner, and she is totally driven towards women empowerment and women development. And today she's going to specifically talk about why to believe in yourself, why we should learn this process of believing in ourselves. So, ma'am, before we start with the questions that our audience has sent us, I would like to know about how this one particular thing drove you towards this field. Why would you feel that this is important? Tell us about that.
Thank you for asking that question. You know what? Whenever you become a coach or somebody who is in this public helping arena, public service arena, people always say, whatever has affected your life, teach that to everybody.
Right.
The biggest change that happened in my life when I started practicing all these techniques was I started believing in myself. And I finally accepted what I'm meant to do in life. I want to tell you a story here.
Sure, amazing.
I was in 8th standard, and I was very good in, my language skills were good. I was very good in talking. I was very good in all these things. So I took part in a debate competition.
Right.
So I prepared very well, and my teachers were also very impressed. They were saying, "You have the best skills of everybody, and you are definitely going to win. Nobody else is coming even nearby compared to you." And I practiced and I practiced. It was awesome. Okay, I remember the feeling. I don't know what it was about, topic and all. I don't remember. I remember the feeling that I prepared so well, and I got such a wonderful comments about it beforehand. But when the day came in, I went and I stood on the dais and I froze. Like most of
God.
the
Yeah, I understand. I totally understand.
word came out of my mouth, okay? So that day I should have taken into account what are my strengths here, what was the one thing that didn't work out, and started working on that thing that didn't work out. Instead, I completely gave up.
Right.
I gave up on this, and like most people my generation, I did engineering, I became a software engineer. You know, that was the path that society built for us. That was the path where everybody was going. So I also went and did all of those things. But look at me now, after all these years, my strengths are the same. My core value that I had at that moment, that I want to do this, is something that has remained till now with me. Only thing that would have made a difference is if I believed in myself, which I didn't at that point. If you know what your strengths are, if you know who you are, if you know what is good for you, please believe in those things and follow your path. Follow the path that you want to take in life.
Right.
So finally, I ended up in this place, but it took me a longer road to get here. It took me a very longer road to, believe in myself that I can do this.
Absolutely. So, like you shared a story about how you went on the stage and you actually ended up saying nothing because that was a moment wherein we don't understand ki kya bole, kis tarike se bole. I think a lot of our
I had a proper stage which I overcame. It's called glossophobia. Many people have this stage, right? Which I overcame with techniques and teachings that you get from many this thing. I overcame.
Absolutely. And I'm sure that a lot of our friends here who have joined us, they themselves must be going through the same problem, wherein not just public speaking, but communicating with their own family members, their friends.
Any area that you are good at, any area that you are considering. It is not just public speaking. I'm saying anything that truly feels like you.
Right.
Anything that you feel like this is me.
Exactly, and we should take a firm and a strong decision, and we believe in our decisions. To develop this process, to develop this understanding, it takes a lot of time. So I just want to know how to start believing, because I feel that this is one of the most beautiful things the person could have.
Makes one person believe in yourself. First of all, who is that yourself? Do you know who you are?
Right.
Your journey starts there. Your journey starts by knowing not the version of you that people want you to be, not the version of you that there is a standard and I want to meet, not the version of you that anyone else is expecting you to be, but the version of you actually who you are right here, right now. Do you know that person?
Right.
It all starts with that awareness. It all starts with knowing yourself, knowing who you are, understanding and acting on each and every single thought that, that instincts that we get, acting on those instincts, that strong feelings that we get, acting on those things and seeing where it takes you, instead of letting your fear come in the way, letting your insecurities take control, letting your self-doubts take control of your life, and choosing the path that everyone else is doing or someone else is saying, only to take the risk, or so to speak, you don't want to bet on yourself. So at the end of the day, what you're doing there is you're not believing in yourself. You're not believing enough to give yourself a chance at that point of time. Any moment where, see, believing in ourselves doesn't mean whenever you're happy, whenever you're in a good situation, everybody believes in themselves. That's not the big deal. When there is a crossroad, when there is difficulty, when the road is tough, how much are you ready to bet on yourself? How much are you ready to take the road that you want to take and say, yes, I'm going to make it?
Yeah.
And not think, many times in life, as you said during the opening, we have lots of decisions to make. We take one path and we still keep thinking about what if I had done that? What if I had done the other thing? What if I had done the third thing? Like that, there are so many paths in life. But whatever you choose, you need to start believing. You need to start trusting yourself. That is the first step, is knowing you, knowing who you are. And then the second step from there is trusting who you are. Start trusting who you are. Start trusting the person that you are or you are becoming. Only when you start doing this, your original self starts to come out. Your unique self starts to come out. This is the unique self that can do things uniquely like nobody else can. You will be able to contribute wherever you go, whether it is a conversation, your work, or your studies, or anything. You will be able to contribute in a very unique way, which nobody else has that unique point of view. Only when you let your unique self out, which most of us don't do. Most of us try to hide ourselves behind all the walls and all the fears and all the self-doubts because we fear failing.
Right. And I actually was going through a couple of books yesterday, and there was this book, or I think there was this quote in the book which actually
describing that a lot of us do not have that strength to accept failure, and I think we actually end up succeeding in life when we understand the power of failure. If we do not have that fear to fail, if we actually accomplish that, we can do whatever we want. After a proper scrutiny, after proper understanding of things, we can end up doing whatever we want if we know कि क्या फर्क पड़ता है, फेल ही तो होगा ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा. But at least I am working towards it.
यहाँ पे बात ये है, why do you think it's a failure? Why don't you think it is just the first step? If you take the next step, it is not a failure. It is a failure only if you stop right there.
Exactly, yeah.
It is only a failure if you stop right then and there and give up on it. It is not a failure if you recognize what went wrong and correct it and move on and take the next step.
Right.
It is not at all a failure, it is just a stepping stone. You learn something and you learn how to do something better.
Right. Absolutely.
Right, so everybody goes through this process. There is no fail-safe life. If you want to make something of yourself, if you want to really be happy and satisfied with your life, staying in that safety zone is not going to get you there. You have to go out, try new things, fail, figure out what you are, figure out who you are, and fail and achieve and fail and try. That is the only way you are going to get anywhere. That is the only way you can do anything in life.
Right. So, exactly like you said, I have also come across a lot of people who actually are driven to do a certain thing, but because of some examples around there, some failures around there, some people who couldn't achieve that particular thing, they end up doubting their own self. They feel that if we are able to do it or not, and then they start believing, either they go towards spirituality or they start believing in something that they cannot do it. That sometimes people suffer with mental illness also. So how do you think people should start, like if you are you're an NLP practitioner also, so मुझे ये जानना था कि आप कैसे उन लोगों की मदद के लिए अभी यहाँ पे कुछ टिप्स देंगे जो इस तरीके की प्रॉब्लम से सफर कर रहे हैं.
First things first, शुरू करने के लिए you need to know yourself. आप aware, everything in this life starts with an awareness that there is a problem. अगर आप realize ही नहीं करोगे कोई problem है, then you will still be suffering. You know, कितनी बार लोग अगर realize भी करें तो hide करते हैं.
Right.
They hide behind a wall. Even when you are feeling very sad, we put on a smiling face. We go do what needs to be done. It need not necessarily be so. If you are feeling sad, allow yourself to feel sad. It's perfectly all right. It's a normal, natural emotion, you know. So allow yourself to feel whatever you are feeling. Be original. Whoever you see daily in the mirror, accept that person. That is where your journey starts. From accepting who you are. Otherwise, if you don't actually accept who you are and still start pretending, then obviously you're not going to change. There is not going to be any change and you will be suffering. Exactly. So to end the suffering, you have to first start accepting. You have to first start becoming aware of there is a problem, and then you have to then start accepting there is a problem, and only then you can go ahead and do something about it. Right? So here I want to bring out a topic called self-image.
Yeah.
At this point. Okay? This would be very new to many of the audience who might have not heard about this term. Self-image होता क्या है? Basically क्या होता है? In each of our minds, there is a mini version of us who resides. Think about it as a miniature version of yourself inside your mind. It is not same as you. It is basically built based on others' opinion about you. तो आपने देखा, आपने मुझे बोला you're looking nice, so I would think I'm looking nice in this color और ये this ये. तो childhood से ये version build होता जाता है. ठीक है? तो that image of what we think we should be or what we think we are is not who you are. तो वो इमेज को चेंज करना पड़ेगा. That self image that you have inside your mind is what we need to change, is what we need to work on if you want real change to happen to yourself in real life. Otherwise आप external में change करते जाओगे but आप कितना भी change कर लो, वो एक दिन 2 दिन maximum 1 week चलता है and then you are back to your old patterns. Doesn't that happen to many of us?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it happens to most of us that we start changing, we try to change, and then you get frustrated. कितनी बार change किया, कितनी बार try किया, but it's still not working. ठीक है, छोड़ दो. You know that the original core problem needs to be addressed in your mind before you can change in the outside world. So if you just start, this is where it gets interesting, that the way you think about yourself, the way you look at yourself, the way you perceive yourself needs to change. At any moment, let me give you an example. मान लो आपका कल कोई interview है. This is a dream job. You wanted this job from a long time. You've been dreaming about it. Let's say there are two things that can happen now. First one, you can think that I'm ready to do this, I want this, and I believe that I can do this well. At which point you are excited for the job.
Exactly.
You believe you can do well. You go there, you try your best. If you fail a little, you recover, you learn, and you do it well. Second thing, you don't believe that you can do it. That is when fear sets in. Oh my God, ये मेरा dream job है. What if I blow the interview?
Right.
Immediately your thought goes to what if I blow not what if I work out and I do everything and it works out fine. Your immediate thought goes to what if I blow the interview. So you have already lost your battle here. You have already lost that job, already lost that interview before even going to the room. Before even entering the room, you have already lost the battle here.
Right.
So this is what basically I teach people how to basically, in these kind of scenarios, how to believe in yourself, how to approach these kind of scenarios with a mindset that you can take further and you can win and do whatever you want in life and achieve whatever you want in life. and maybe 2 steps more.
Okay, I just want to know, am I audible to you?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. So, you just gave an absolutely perfect example wherein you told me that, we actually start to believe that we want to achieve this. There is this self-image in our mind कि हमें ऐसा बनना है. So I've also people and even myself that एक चीज है जो मैं बहुत करती हूँ that I always think कि fit होना है तो exercise करनी है. Every time we think कि करेंगे and we also believe कि कर लेंगे, but we have this time set in our mind कि आज से 10 साल बाद हम सोचते हैं हम इतने ही अच्छे दिखेंगे, इतना ही अच्छी जॉब में होंगे, इतना ही कुछ करेंगे, but present में वो चीज हमारी नहीं चल रही होती है. So everyone tell us कि बोल देते हैं कि चलो करेंगे, and we had this set up in mind. फिर जब वो उस टाइम पे आके अचीव नहीं होता है तब जाके वो fear, वो insecurity it starts setting in. We also see people on Instagram, on social networking site with perfect body, with perfect job, with perfect life, and when we go to achieve it we feel it's so बहुत difficult है. That's where the fear starts setting in, and I think तब वो जो believe in yourself वाला जो concept होता है that actually really comes in.
First things first. Exactly. Stop comparing.
Exactly.
Stop comparing yourself to your peers, your friends, your seniors, or people on Instagram. Excuse me, sorry. So stop comparing. Period. You are a unique human being. You are a unique creature on this earth. From the beginning, from the day you were born, you have experienced unique things. You have a unique personality. You have unique characteristics, which no one else in this world has. And a unique body, so to speak. Because आप fitness की बात कर रहे हो, तो see, two people doing the same things doesn't mean they always get the end result as same. Their unique personality comes into picture. ठीक है, your uniqueness also comes into picture. Your mindset comes into picture. If these things are not right in the right place, let me give you an example here. आप lion को ले जाके, we all know lion is the king of jungle. You expect a lion to fly. Possible?
No.
You expect a bird to roar.
Right.
And become the king of the jungle. Possible? This is what we all do. On a daily basis we do this. We see a lion somewhere on Instagram looking like a lion, and you want to, turn yourself into that lion.
Right.
No, you are who you are. This is the acceptance I was talking about.
Right.
This is the acceptance part. Compare कर करके हम लोग किसी और को, even if you try this entire lifetime, आप बन नहीं सकते हो कोई और. You will still be you in all aspects of life, whether it is your body, mind, soul, any part of it. In all aspects of it, we all are unique. First things first, we have to start understanding that, we have to start accepting that, and we have to stop comparing. Right. That is only then your original self starts to emerge. Because as soon as you compare, self-doubt set in हो जाता है.
Exactly.
Second part of your conversation I want to take up here is, day one we expect results. That is also part of self-image. जो मैं बोल रही थी, because your self-image you have already made it up to be the end result. जैसे आप fitness का बोल रहे हो, you want to become like that, you want to reach to a certain fitness level. That is not going to happen until and unless you do it for a consistent some time of period. It is same with everything. If we do anything on a daily basis, you are going to improve. If we expect that 6 months later वाला version आज ही मुझे वैसे होना है, एक दिन करके आ गए and we expect it, तो obviously नहीं होगा ना. So this is where you need self-image correction. You need to set the right expectations with yourself. This is also the reason for stress in most people. पता है आपको, क्योंकि हम लोग we set unrealistic expectations with ourselves. कितनी बार we expect us to work, there is like 20 hours of work. We expect ourselves to do everything in one day, and when one or two of those things doesn't get done, we blame ourselves.
Start questioning ourselves.
Start thinking कि we are not worth it. हम लोगों ने इतना किया, वो nobody actually on a daily basis sits and thinks कि what did I do right today? We always sit and pinpoint what did I do wrong today.
Exactly, positivity.
That is definitely there. It is, all of this comes together when you say believe in yourself. It's not a simple concept कि मैं एक दिन में I can tell you and you will be able to become that person in a while.
Compound effect.
Yeah. It is a compound effect of all these things practiced over time.
Exactly.
आज मैं आपको बैठ के यहाँ पे थियरी में सुना सकती हूँ, but if you don't go back and practice these things, none of it matters.
Right.
You have to go back and practice all these things. You have to go back and try to change every single day, one single step at a time. At the same time, not expecting too much from yourself and giving yourself realistic goals, realistic expectations. क्योंकि हम लोग unrealistically expect करते हैं, and when that doesn't happen, we start stressing out. We start putting unnecessary pressure on ourselves, and we start stressing too much.
Exactly.
Okay?
Right. So, ma'am, the way you've said it, everything is something that I personally was feeling that yes, this happens with me, and exactly this happens with me every day. And I have this habit of waking up late, and waking up late and sleeping late too. And my parents have been telling me time and time again to start at least 1 hour, 2 hours before the time you are already sleeping. And I always feel कि मुझे आज जल्दी सोना है, और फिर रोज वही हो जाता है. Then I start doubting myself कि पता नहीं मैं क्या करूँगी जब मैं एक साइकिल ही नहीं फॉर्म कर पा रही. So
see, this is also the thing. When you promise yourself something and you don't deliver on that promise, you're breaking your own trust. ये हम कभी नहीं सोचते.
Exactly.
You're breaking your own trust. देखो, जो आपने खुद के साथ किया, if you had done that to somebody else, if you had told them कि मैं इस टाइम पे यहाँ पहुंचूंगी, and you reach there 1 hour late, do they trust you?
No.
Every time ये तो late आती है.
Exactly.
तो that is how your mind is also thinking. कि ये तो बोलेगी, ये उठेगी नहीं. You are breaking your own trust cycle there. तो उस पे भी मैं बोलूंगी कि आप एक्सपेक्टेशन डेली अपने पे डाल रहे हो कि यू वांट टू गेट अप 1 hour 2 hour early every single day, and every single day you are breaking that trust. Instead, tell yourself 5 minutes I'll get up early.
Right.
And do that for 30 days.
Wow. Yeah.
Do that consistently, just 5 minutes. If you, let's say you get up at 8 o'clock, get up at 7:55. Get up at 7:50 after 2-3 days. 5 minutes फर्क नहीं पड़ता. You will be able to do it. You will be able to go that 1 hour.
Exactly.
Because you are making a promise to yourself and you are keeping it. You are building your own trust instead of breaking it every day. तो जो आप अपने आप को promises कर रहे हो, whatever you are promising yourself, you need to be mindful of those things as well. ये नहीं कि आज यहाँ पे बैठ के Instagram में किसी को देख के I want to become like that and you go for one fitness class and think, आज मैं वैसे बन जाऊंगी. No. So that is you are expecting from yourself. You are putting expectations on yourself and you are failing at achieving.
Right.
This is where your expectations from yourself, and this is where you need to start being aware of who you are. See, करना तो सब लोग बहुत कुछ चाहते हैं, ठीक है, करते क्या कर रहे हैं everything. That is the reality, and we all need to start accepting that reality first.
So true. Okay, so yeah, this was fun and this was interesting and insightful as well. I think we have come to the end of the questions. So First of all, ma'am, thank you so much that you said every right thing, and you talked about the most accurate and realistic things that people hear also, और जो बाद में भी ये चीज समझेंगे और जो इससे डील कर रहे हैं. So I think there's one also thing I feel they could do is if not counting, they could start measuring themselves. कि ठीक है ज्यादा नहीं किया but थोड़ा थोड़ा जो किया उसी को measure करो. And do not start doubting yourself. Just think about अभी क्या किया है. 5 मिनट ज्यादा किया, 5 मिनट जल्दी किया, but at least you did it. That's the power of it. So that's what I have taken from here, and I'm gonna apply it also. I'm sure our viewers will also do the same. So, thank you so much, ma'am. Just one last thing. Guys, if you would like to talk to ma'am for just 5 to 2 minutes, you can send us requests. We can have you talk to her, and yeah. So Shweta, yeah. Okay, no problems, Shweta. This session will be available for you at our platform at YouTube, so don't worry. And if anyone out there has any questions or would want to ask ma'am personally about any of their self-doubt, any query, how to start believing in yourself, you can definitely put your questions or you could send us requests. So ma'am, till that happens, why don't you give us some more tips as to how to start believing in ourselves? Just a few tips for the parting notes.
See, one thing I'll tell you, Shivani, a point is, people think all these things is a result of something huge, something big. बहुत कुछ तो बड़ा करना है, and overnight drastically आपका life change हो जाएगा.
Exactly.
We need to break that mindset. We need to break that shackles, because that's not how life works. वो जो छोटी, जैसे I told you ना, 5 minutes, compounded, you will be able to wake up 1 hour early. Everything in life is like that. Every small thing in life, even believing in yourself, is not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen one step at a time, every single day, compounded over a period of time is something, ये ongoing process है, and we all derail. थोड़ा होता है, something major happens, something major breaks down, and then we all come back in that journey. But you need to be able to build yourself and go further. That is why we call it self-empowerment. You need to be able to build yourself and move further, move forward.
Right.
तो बड़ा कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. It's not going to be something big, huge transition and transformation that's going to happen. Overnight you are going to become a different person. Nahi. It's compounded effort every single day. Whatever it is that you want to change, we all know what needs to be done. Basically, that's the idea. आजकल information का किसी के पास कमी नहीं है. You go do one Google search, you'll know what you want to fix something. You know what to do.
Right.
Doing that, and that managing that expectation and managing your mindset is where it all lies.
So true. Okay. So very rightly said, ma'am, and I am so happy that I could attend this session, and I'm definitely will try and apply all these rules. And if not rules, I'm gonna take it for like a fun activity, just measuring myself. And yeah, so thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for giving us these amazing information, these amazing rules. This is indeed an informative session, and I would like to tell all our people here that if you want to know more about this process of development, this process of believing in yourself, you can definitely go and check out our website, Skills Rediscovery, wherein you will get an idea of this course that Ms. Rohini has on Skills Rediscovery, which is called Believe in Yourself. We're going to put the link in the link tree in our bio at Instagram and all our platforms also. You can definitely go and check out Believe in Yourself, the course which she has, and she is definitely going to help you towards the process. If you feel that this is important in your life, to take strong, firm decisions and never go back from it, so this will definitely help. So yeah, thank you guys, thank you ma'am for joining us. So glad.
Thank you for inviting me today.
Always, ma'am. And we're looking forward to talk to you again, to have you here again.
Yeah, definitely,
Next time,
anytime.
yeah, and next time I would definitely like to talk about women empowerment, women development, and how your journey has started and how is it going. So, yeah.
Sure, definitely. We'll plan that next time.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us.